Let me say 5 words we have not been able to say for too long. Welcome to the United States. I am here to set a goal for a generation that is free of AIDS.
Just call my name and I'll be there.
I'm a proud woman and mother, living positively with HIV for the past 14 years.
We are at a defining moment. It would be an extraordinary failure of global will and conscience if financial constraints truncated our ability to begin to end AIDS just when the science has shown us that this goal is achievable.
That is why this conference brings an opportunity to shine a global spotlight on the fight against AIDS in America and a national spotlight on the ongoing global epidemic.
Together, we are turning the tide here in the District of Columbia.
We must resolve together never to go backwards despite the hard economic times we live in. Available resources, scarce as they are likely to be, must be used more efficiently and effectively by involving those of us in the front lines more regularly in decision making.
This week, our department's Food and Drug Administration will announce that more than 150 antiretroviral drugs are now available through PEPFAR.
The statement that we don't have the scientific basis to implement is no longer valid. We do. That's the point. The critical question is, what's going to happen? Because this will not happen spontaneously.
The AIDS disease is caused by a virus, but the AIDS epidemic is not. The AIDS epidemic is fueled by stigma, by hate, by misinformation, by ignorance, by indifference. We need more humanity, more love if we're going to end AIDS.
This is what I was born to do, I feel like, and I'm not saying that HIV is the best thing that happened to me, but in a way it is, because it began to change my perspective, and it began to change the way I relate to people, and I wouldn't have shared my story if I didn't want to instill hope.
The Global Village is really supposed to be an opportunity for people in the community, and community I mean globally, to really be celebratory, to have the opportunity to network, to exchange, to celebrate, but also remember the people that we've lost, the people who are still struggling, and use all of that energy to really figure out a way forward.
The things that I'm learning now is like we have a lot of things in common, you know?
The idea of an AIDS-free generation, cure, and ending the epidemic. But we must not let these ambitious and hopeful visions cloud what is a crisis that faces millions of people today. A stubborn epidemic of stigma and discrimination against gay men and women and transgender communities.
То, что без нас решают вот эти вопросы, которые мы могли бы внести свой вклад.
We want women to have the tools to follow the research for us, by us, with us.
Now today we have high hopes of zero transmission of HIV from mother to child, but I don't think that's going to happen unless we address TB as well.
As a global community, equipping adolescent girls with the tools and the strategies to reduce the risk of HIV is both a moral obligation and a pragmatic strategy to achieve an AIDS-free generation.
We want to make great strides in HIV, and the way to do it, and the way to make the case for much higher investment in HIV is to show that that investment has these wonderful spillover effects, not only for HIV, but in many other areas. I've seen it happen.
because as a woman living with HIV for 24 years, it's really important for us to get out and be vocal about what's happening with HIV and let people know that we can all be part of the solution to fight HIV.
Well, we basically have the solution and the tools. What we need is the support.
No, we don't have all the money or all the answers we need, but we have you. We have you to thank for the progress that's been made, and you to make us believe we can achieve an AIDS-free generation.
Listen to my words. We can end AIDS. This time, together, we will end AIDS. This opportunity will evaporate if we do not act, if we do not scale up treatment as prevention.
This is our time. This is our deciding moment. Together, we are greater than AIDS.